Good morning, Mr. McMorrow. Woo! Here's my final project. I'm Eve Devitt. I did this with Jack Teagarden, also known as Jack P. Garden. And I'm here to talk to you really about Hollow Knight and really the government of Hallownest, which you might not know about. So here's a brief history of Hallownest. Hallownest was once a lush and wild land with no form or civilization. One day, a giant worm, spelled W-Y-R-M, snaked through the land, leaving traces of its massive body everywhere. This worm then died, rest in peace, at the far edge of the kingdom, being reborn into a white bug known as a pale being. So how's your day going? Because I'm doing pretty well. This bug brought with it a massive beacon of intelligence that blessed every bug who accepted its light. A greater mind, quote-unquote, giving the bugs access to higher thought, making them as intelligent as humans, which do not exist in the world of Hollow Knight. Not a lot of people know that. This former worm was hailed as the land's rightful ruler and came to be known as the Pale King. What? His influence was taken in by all of the land except for a small section known as Deep Nest. The area of the Pale King's influence came to be known as Hallownest, which is like the name of the nation. Isn't that awesome? Work winky dink. Soon after its establishment, Hallownest became known as the last civilization, as all other nations crumbled under the influence of a giant moth known as the Radiant. Let's talk about the type of regime that Hallownest has. Hallownest in its prime was ultimately authoritarian. The Pale King decided every aspect of the kingdom's government. He was a ruler for life, and while he was benevolent, any opposition to his rule was met by his personal command, the 5 Great Knights. Now, real quick, let's talk about the question that's on everybody's mind right now. Is Hallownest federal or unitary? Am I right? Well, actually, Hallownest is a federal system, as each land that you can see on this map serves as its own state. What? With unique traditions. What? Social norms. Oh my god. And also architectural styles? Huh? Although there is power allocated to the states, it is only allowed because the Pale King says so. Ain't that great? It's like Joe Brandon, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It sounds a lot like, Obama's America, you know? But anyway, I don't want to get canceled. Let's talk about the legitimacy and challenges to the state. Legitimacy is found in Hallownest through the Pale King's pale light. Duh! Which is the very thing that drove the bugs towards creating social and political systems in the first place. At the kingdom's height, challenges to the Pale King's reign could be found in places like Deep Nest, where the residents actively fought to keep their animalistic ways and reject the Pale King. A truce was eventually made once the kingdom... Are you serious? My phone wants to shut off on me. That little moment a truce was eventually made once the kingdom came under a far greater challenge, and Deep Nest was recognized as a part of Hallownest despite its different goals and culture. This can be seen in the Stag Station. Oh, that's the greater... Spoilers! Spoilers, guys! But that's the greater threat. This can be seen in the Stag Station set up in Deep Nest, as well as the sacrifice made by the land's leader, Hera, for the Pale King. The true challenges to the state, which led to its fall, came from the Radiance, and its ability to infect the bug's dreams, which was somewhere that the Pale King could not defend against, as well as his own hubris, which led him to create millions of children. Yeah. Check please. I'll have what he's having. You know what I'm saying? This guy gets it on. You know what I'm saying? Millions of children. Yeah. Yeah. Do you get it? Anyway. He created millions of children from the ancient substance known as void, who were then left to die as he chose one to fulfill the goal of trapping the radiance in an empty mind forever. The thing was, the Hollow Knight, which is what it's called, the one in the middle, was not actually hollow. Oh my god! The one to the left was the hollow one, and the middle one became not hollow because they loved their dad, the Pale King, so much because he didn't kill them. Not a lot of people know that. Yeah. I'm a bit of a scholar. The rest of the king's children then came together as void ghosts to kill their dad as revenge for the mass murder that he caused. Now, let's talk about the branches of government real quick. Can we talk about the branches of government? I don't feel like we talk about that enough in this modern culture, in Joe Biden's America. The Pale King serves as Hollownest's chief executive, as well as the entirety of the federal legislative branch, which each state has some degree of local control in. Along with the Pale King, the 5 Great Knights and the Kingdom military also serve the executive branch. The Kingdom's queen, the White Lady, serves as the entire judicial branch, which makes sense because she's a tree. Let me know if you get it, please. I thought it was really good because she's a tree, and trees, they have branches on them, and she serves as the judicial branch, the entirety of it. And so it's kind of a play on words. It might be hard to pick up on, but it's like a play on words. Anyway, like if you get it, and retweet, please. The White Lady uses her influence to serve as the judge for all of Hollownest, punishing bugs by making them enemies of the state to be banished or slain by the military on MF site. You know what I'm saying? There are no known term limits for any branches of the government. Sounds like America, am I right, guys? I'm just kidding. Let's talk about the parties, because let me tell you, they are lit AF, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding, guys. They're political parties, not fun parties, you know what I'm saying? There are many different parties in Hollownest, with their own groups. Obviously, we have the Deep Nesters, as mentioned a lot previously, but we also have the Fools in the Coliseum of Fools, as well as the Mantis tribe in the Fungal Wastes, the Bees in the Hive, the Followers of the Radiance, and of course, the Followers of the Pale King. You know what I'm saying? These different parties are cleaved based on what I call the 3 R's. Bear with me here. Race, religion, and region. Let's talk about interest groups and social movements. The interest groups / social movements of Hollownest consist of the Radiants and their followers, who are who want to create a hive mind and restore the kingdom back to its previous state of chaos and animalistic instinct. We've also got the members of the Soul Sanctum, who want to further research into the power of soul in order to ward off the Radiance. The bugs who are influenced by the Collector in the Tower of Love to capture every bug before they come under the Radiance's control. The Traitors, who are a group of Manuses who decided to consciously embrace the Radiance in order to gain superior strength. And finally, the Void Beings, who want to protect the kingdom by consuming it entirely in void. Let's talk about the recent economy, because I feel like there's some interesting stuff to talk about here. Hollownest's economy has been surprisingly stable after the fall of the kingdom. Since its currency, Geo, is a natural resource, it is still recognized in every single part of Hollownest, regardless of how they felt about the Pale King. Now, let's talk a bit about the future outlook, because because the future of Holodesk is ultimately unsure. With the Radiance's influence being destroyed, it's possible that the regions will become more and more dissimilar, potentially fracturing into their own separate nations. However, it's also possible that the regions could become closer with each other, creating a nationwide culture now that there is no central figure in charge. Now, let's finally, here's the question that everybody has got on their mind. Which AP6 country is Holodesk most like? Woo! Yeah! It's Iran. Yeah. Who would have guessed that? Everybody, probably, because it makes a lot of sense. Because there are big racial and religious cleavages found in every section of the kingdom, just like real life. Is that not awesome? Or is it awesome? So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, please leave a like and a comment, and rate the video 5 stars. I will probably never be seen again.